Today we're going to talk about price action. All you need to know to be successful trading the market. I want to talk about this concept called event areas. This is very important, and honestly, it's this with price action setups, I call them manipulation setups. It's all you need to know to be successful trading the futures market, the Forex market, and again, I don't think I've told you, but you can do these on any time frame. I'm talking about the 5-minute chart here, but let me kind of share with you really quickly this concept of an event area first. Let me get my drawn items over here. Okay, so alert your attention right here. Okay, and so you guys, I think y'all have heard me talk about it many times, but let's go to the whiteboard really quickly, and I'll just kind of point this out. These are one of my favorite price action signals. Okay, so the signal is called, it's a pin bar, okay? Some might call it tail bar, but this is a bearish pin bar. So the bearish pin bar is when you have this long wick and then the body at the end, okay? So what happens is at one time throughout the day, this was a big candle, and then sellers stepped in and closed it down here. Then it works the other way for bullish. These are one of my favorite price action signals, okay? Now this is a single candlestick pattern, but this is a bullish pin bar or tail bar. Again, think of the psychology, right? Sometime throughout the day, sellers were in control and then buyers stepped in. So we're going to be looking at these pin bars in this example. So let's go back to that chart really quickly right there. Okay, so now we're going to alert our attention to this area. You got, and this is the 5-minute. This happens all the time. But you see this beautiful bearish pin bar. So price was working its way up, came into this pin bar, okay, right here. Boom. Started to consolidate in a squeeze, broke down. But you can see here that that pin bar kind of led to the move. So I would classify that as an event area. So when price comes back up into the event area, what we're going to do is you can be aggressive. You can do a sell limit order right here. You can wait for a candlestick confirmation, like right here we had a bearish harami. You can get in when it trades below the low. Just make sure you set your stop loss up here, kind of test it, and drop down. Now, we're also talking about supply and demand. So I can see here that this right here created a supply zone. Okay, again, depending on, you had this little candle right here. I like to talk about 3, 4 candles. So you had, 1, 2, little hiccup, 3, 4. So you can see that that's aggressive selling. It's not just one white candle, one red candle like this, right? That's choppy. Okay, this is a supply zone. So it had this pin bar, formed this squeeze, price came back up. You can anticipate it or you can wait. What I'm looking for, supply and demand, I'm looking for setups at these areas. And then when price comes back into those areas, that's an event area. If you're patient and you wait, there's a powerful monster signals, guys. Small risk, big reward. Engulfing, you get in when it trades below the low. So that is 1, 2 trades at an event area. So what you're looking for is your price action signal, and then when it comes back to that area, bam, you can get in, okay? Some people will be aggressive with the sell limit order, but in this case, I like to see the candle, wait for confirmation, right? See the candle, wait for the engulfing, okay? So that is the event area. So let me talk really quickly now about the next trade that I took that I'm going to show you live. It was a trap. So let me show you a trap at a supply zone. Okay, so let me show you this right here, this trap at a supply zone. So if you notice, look at this period right here. This is the ES again. I trade the MES, but same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. Okay, that's institutional selling. 6 candles in a row. So what I like to do is I like to kind of draw, you can draw in this area It's that baby candle. This is kind of the main candle, the start of the move. There's many ways to draw it. All right, so I'm not going to go into detail about how to draw the supply zone in this video. I've done that in many videos, but this is the area zone. Came down, went up, and in this particular case, I'm looking for a signal, right? Because it's in a key area. And then you've got this big solid bar, right? You can expand it. It looks bigger right there. And then immediately a big red bar. So whenever you get a solid bar followed by another solid bar in the opposite direction that basically is kind of the same size or engulfs it, that's a very powerful signal, as long as it's at these key areas. Okay, because the trade I'm going to show you live, it's one of my price action setups that I teach, but it's at a key area. So let's go see if I can find another one. Let's kind of go back. Okay, so remember, it opened up, pulled back. So this became a swing high right at the 15-minute range. I like to see when price retraces back into that range, as soon as we threw this wick on my key hourly level, I got in right here. Now this is for another area, because again, this was yesterday. And so boom, a quick trade right there. I'll show you that trade here in a second. That's the first trade. Now, second trade, absolutely love it. So here's what happened. We came down, we went back up, we formed that swing high. So let me draw a line. And again, this was yesterday. And so I erased these lines pretty much after the day. But let's kind of mark that swing high. So what happened was, price came down, boom, it's slapping all these wicks. So for those of you that know candlesticks, these are tailed bars, bearish pin bars. I wasn't in the trade yet. It went down. So then it started to come back up, and I was watching this area. And if you notice, price came up, sold off. That is a smart money trap. A smart money trap. And so in that case, as soon as it traded below the low, I entered, and I entered with a lot of confidence. Now, in this trade, because the trap occurred here, okay, had already went back. Oh, I also want to point this out as well. So check this out. This was also at a supply area. Now, I talk about supply and demand a lot, but in this case, if you get two really large candles, that is a supply area, institutional selling. And so what I like to wait for is when, boom, price goes down, it forms this level, hooks back up into the supply zone. I saw this smart money fake out, got in right there. These are powerful price action signals that work. If you'd like to learn more about trading options, I encourage you to check out my Options Elite Masterclass and all the bonuses that I'm giving away this month, like my TTM Squeeze course for free, plus that Forecast Pro indicator. I'm giving that away free this month to anybody who gets my Options Elite Masterclass. So check down below in the description if that interests you. Now, if you like the TTM Squeeze Pro indicator,